What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are watching today Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, this is a movie I've never seen. I've always kind of wanted to, just because like I've heard good things. This is only PG-13. What? What? I thought this was a rated R movie. How can this not be a rated R movie? This is actually a movie that was kind of recommended to me by a fellow YouTuber of David Royale. If you're a fan of Magic the Gathering, or more in particular, a fan, it is PG-13, that's wild. Or more in particular, a fan of Popper, then if you don't already know who David Royale is, you really should check out his stuff. He makes great content, and he said, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Killer Clowns from Outer Space." And the answer is today. So first off, I do want to say thank you, Torvis, Kyle, Hurtley, and Dylan for following while I was off stream. I think Hurtley followed while I was on stream last time, but I don't think the other three did. So thank you all so much for following, and I hope y'all enjoy it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to watch any of these watch-alongs live, you can head over to twitch.tv/themixslash. There'll be a link in the description where you can watch along every Friday at 8 a.m. unless, you know, something pops up and I can't stream it. Also, if you want to watch the full unedited live streams, you can head over to Patreon. You can follow me and support me on Patreon. There will be a link in the description down below to get fully unedited streams. And yeah, so if you don't know what these are watch-alongs. You need to have a copy of this movie for yourself. I will start a timer. We can sync up and watch them together, like an iPod to, I guess iTunes isn't much of a thing anymore. But anyway. You can watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space on AMC Plus. I actually went out and bought this because originally, when I went on IMDb, you can go on IMDb, you can pull up a movie title, and it will tell you where movies are streaming. And I went on to see where Killer Clowns was streaming because I didn't know it on physical, and I thought, you know, I could just pull it up on streaming, right? And it didn't tell me it was on streaming anywhere. So I went out and I found a copy of it. This is a copy I found. I know Arrow put out a cool release of this. Didn't get the Arrow edition. Got this one, but it was also $7. So not bad on price. And get home and find out, oh no, it's on AMC Plus. So don't know if it's on Shudder. I just know it's on AMC Plus. So let's get this shindig started. 3, 2, 1. That is super loud. The MGM lion. They're gonna say tiger. I'm like, that's not a tiger. I don't have like, I don't know. I guess like I'm hoping my anticipation's like a 6 out of 10. I just hope it's kind of goofy and fun, but I don't know. I don't know much about this movie. Also, I realize my timer is screwed up. So hold on. What is happening right now? Oh, the timer. I like the music. So yeah, I like the music. Sorry, I'm trying to get the clock fixed. I don't know what... Okay, I must have accidentally clicked something. So, sorry, my bad on that. I like the intro song a lot. Yeah, I like this intro song a lot. The guitar using that, do. I'm trying to figure out, is there something... I can't tell if this is... my headphones, the plug the headphones are in. What's up, Lotus? Good morning, buddy. But it's really heavily mixed to one side. And it makes me think that, like, my headphones is acting up on me here. I think my speaker system I got from my computer is going bad. Alright, I think I might have got it fixed. Yeah, I need to get new speakers for my computer. So what, my headphones are plugged into the speaker outlet on the headphone outlet on my speakers for my computer, but I think they're starting to go bad. Because they also make, like, when there's not something playing on them, they make, like, a small popping sound, which is weird. But, I don't know. I'll get new ones at some point. We'll give you the stick. You give it a lick. And it will tickle you all the way down. JoJo's ice cream. I'm a couple minutes late, but I'm here. What's up, wifey? The one guy, I'm not kidding, the one ice cream driver does look a lot like Discount Robert De Niro. He does, man. He does. He looks like a discount older, younger. I mean, Robert De Niro, and like actually younger, not Irishman younger, where he's 1,000-year-old trying to play a teenager. I think he said a denture. He's like those guys. When you hang out with them, it's a total denture. That's what it sound like. Also, like how they have like an inflatable like pool raft or inflatable like boat raft in the back of this car they're using as like a bed. It's like, wouldn't the middle part you're laying on be worthless? There goes the meteorite. Yeah, this is one of those movies I've always just kind of wanted to watch. I've always just never have. I'll tell you what, Spirit Halloween is pushing this movie like crazy this year. I feel like half of that store is just Killer Clowns from Outer Space stuff. Haley's comment. Tell my mother, tell my whatever. To understand. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. I like the prospect miner dude. Oh, we're gonna be rich. This is the day we're gonna be rich. I swear if they kill this old bloodhound, I'm gonna be pissed. Just saying. Throwing that out there. Last week was the animal killing movie. This week it's just a random circus tent in the middle. Oh, what? The Blue Blazers the circus doing up in these parts? I love the circus. You can definitely tell this movie's really tongue-in-cheek so far, which is a good omen. I feel like nowadays they would try to make this way too serious. It's gonna be a weird comparison, but I'm getting like straight up like Motel Hell vibes from this. What? The movie's 100% serious? I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know. But yeah, it's giving me kind of like straight up Motel Hell vibes. Like that would actually, we'll see how this movie plans out, but like that could be a good double feature, Motel Hell and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Go Killer Clowns first, because Motel Hell's a little bit hardcore when it comes to some things. Motel Hell is fantastic though. If you've not watched Motel Hell, I can't recommend that movie enough. I know it was. My wife texted me. It was like, that was totally sarcasm. They took They took Pooh Bear, the Bloodhound. Bloodhounds are like crazy, stupid, cute dogs. I'm a hound dog. I think they're about ready to get the Turtle Man. Where's my Pooh Bear? I'll tear this thing apart with my bare hands. And then just grabs an electrical cord and then yells, "This is wired." I mean, come on. How funny is this? Oh, it's clown time, baby. All right. The clown costumes are interesting. They're like, well, one, they're practical. They're not CGI. But for two is they have like they almost have like a, what's the things? Willy's Wonderland, Freddy Fazbear, animatronic. They almost have like an animatronic vibe to them. I kind of like it. Some weird audio issues in this police officer scene. When it cuts to the one police officer talking, the blonde-haired one. Yeah, when it cut to like the blonde-haired cop talking, it like the audio clipped in and out. It was really weird. This one dude's haircut is just hilarious. Also, with that receding hairline, I would barely call that a kid. But he's got, I was like, I'm trying to think of what it looks like, but he's got the big like wings on the side, you know. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna watch next weekend. Next Friday. Should have planned that beforehand, but I didn't. Also, Lotus, you still good to run a few games of Magic after this? If you're still here, buddy. Cool. Cool. Hey, what's up, David? Love the haircuts from a long time ago. Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, the one like goth kid they pulled in police station. Yeah, just like straight up like wings to the side and the real thin poof right in the middle. If this movie is just people coming to the circus tent in the woods, if this whole movie is just them coming to the circus tent looking in the woods and then just going, "What's the circus doing out here in the middle of the woods?" I'm gonna love this movie. You'll see. I was surprised though, David, to find out this was PG-13. That was really surprising. I always kind of figured this was like I wouldn't say like a hardcore movie, but like, like those like gory or slasher movies from the 80s, but I was surprised that it was PG-13. I was like, huh. The two are walking the spaceship. I like the design of the spaceship, of the inside. Isn't it so much fun when they make sets instead of just CGIing it? Isn't it so much funner? I like the Craft Hero Clown Company. Yeah. Well, I like the guy was like, this place looks like it was decorated by clowns or us. It's like, I do like the clown alien spaceship theme though. It's definitely a vibe. By the one though, watching this kind of gets reminded of Rick and Morty a little bit though. Like I'm getting some Rick and Morty vibes with like the spaceship and stuff. There's your tagline. This is no fun house, no circus either. So I ask you, David, while you're here, if you were to rate this movie, what would you give Killer Clowns? Since you're the one like talking me into watching this, and like, how did you come across the movie? I like the little like cotton candy sacks. I'm assuming are humans inside of them. That's what I'm going to assume. He thinks this is a cotton candy factory. I like the woman's like, this is a UFO. I don't believe in UFOs, but this has to be a UFO. And the guy's like, there's a logical explanation for this. Yeah, I was right. It's got people inside the cotton candy. All right, here comes another clown. I like the clown designs. This one's a different clown than the first one. The ugliest clowns, yeah. I like it. The popcorn machine, like, control system. That clown looks high out of its mind. I like the guns. The guns are cool looking. That clown turned around, its eyes, like, this thing is blazed up. Is that heat-seeking popcorn? It's like a popcorn gun. Yep. Yeah, this one clown looks blazed out of its mind. Like, man, I think they got away, man. No way. They made a balloon dog, and then now they're letting it lead the way to just track it down like a bloodhound. Oh, that's great. I love it. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, they ran over the balloon dog. Oh man, some of the clown masks are super cool. Like the ones that have like the moving pieces to them are really cool. I like the music in this. How many of them are there? How many different clowns are there? Is it 5? Tons of clowns? Well, there's 5 of them on screen right now. Yeah, I like the music so far. Very nice mix of like cheesy clowns are infinite. Yeah. But yeah, I just, the music's like a nice mixture of like 80s like synthy rock cheese, and I love it. So the one girl, the main character, is friends with the one blonde police officer. So cocoons. Yep. Yeah, that one just looks blazed out of its mind, man. I like it's mimicking the gorilla stand out front. The one with the red hair. I guess there's a couple with red hair. The one with the really bright red hair. He just looks so plastered. He's got that Jim Brewer face going on, you know what I mean? He said the title, we're done. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We did it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Achievement unlocked, exactly, sentiment. Exactly. We did it. That's got to be like the free trophy for every movie, right? Is like they say the title. Like if we were playing a movie bingos. It's me, Bull. This was my OG screen name back in the day. What's up, Bull? How's it going? I'll remember that then. A little 50 sentiment. I love when they have to ADR stuff for no reason. So like they're all getting in the cop car, and the one guy was like, "You in the back," just unnecessary. Like they couldn't just get in the car. You know what I mean? Like you had to add that in. I always find that like level of like ADR funny, of just being like we have to overdo it. I was Dr. 50 Shades. This little puppet show is weird. I can tell you that. Coffee sounds good right about now. Have you reviewed the classic? Wait, what? Have you already reviewed the classic and modern It movies? What do you mean by that, Bull? Coffee does sound good. That's what I'm having right now. I like the little thing. The classic clown movie. I get what you're saying. Yeah, the cotton candy riser ray. Yeah. Cottonizer ray. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I like the way it looks. I saw Spirit Halloween selling like toy ones of them this year. Yeah, I like the cottonizer Ray. Oh, that's a good name for it. But yeah, I haven't. I've never watched the original It with Tim Curry. I've only seen the new It's. Well, that's not true. I think I've seen chunks of the original It because isn't it like a 3-part miniseries? The original It. Yeah, there's a miniseries. Yeah, I thought so. Like I said, I haven't seen that one. The remake It, I really liked the first It, but then It Chapter 2 I thought was really bad. I thought it was super boring. Now you know why you wanted her in the front. It's her ex. Yeah, true. Tim Curry's a mad genius. The original was also a 2-part. Okay. Oh, so I like Tim Curry a lot. I'm a huge fan of his role in Legend, where he plays the devil. Legend's such a good movie. The one like really like heavy set clown reminds me of like one of the creatures from Space Jam. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting. Legend is so good. Legend's awesome. I like Legend a lot. Character reminds me of Troublemaker Oof, or however you say it. A little bit. It's just funny to think like back in the 80s, like they're going like house to house, right? And people are like, "Oh, look, clowns." And then it's like you go through that stint of like what was it, 2016 or whatever like that, or I don't know when it was when the clown people were just dressed up like clowns chasing people with machetes and shit. So now it'd be like they would just that door would open, just the clowns would be immediately blasted away. So I started blasting. That was a weird trend. That was a weird history, time in history where I like how the ex cop still made him ride in the back seat, even though they dropped what's her face off the girl. How does watch long party? We put it on home. Yep. Yeah, you have to have because obviously it'd be illegal if I just streamed the movie like on stream and watched it. You would have to have your own copy of the movie and then sync it up with the timer down below. It's on if you have AMC Plus, Bull. It's on AMC Plus. So, but yeah, that's the idea. Is you watch it parallel with me. The circus tent's gone, but there's a giant crater. So, I found it on Facebook. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a lot of places to find this pretty easily. I like how they arrested him just because like the tent's gone. He was like, "All right, you wasted my time. Now I'm gonna waste your time. You're under arrest. I'm under arrest. You're under arrest." I like this. The one clown comes riding up on a bike with training wheels up to like a biker crowd. I like it. Oh, they broke the clown's little bike. You know, of all the horror movies getting video games, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, and everything, this one would make more sense of having a video game, right? Clown got sad, got big sad. Well, he's about ready to throw some fisticuffs, I'll tell you that. I didn't know Jake Paul was in this movie. Oh my god. What a Mike Tyson uppercut. But like honestly, like wouldn't it be cool to have a video game where you play the clowns and you're just oh, I guess we have that, right? It's Destroy All Humans. Where you just play like in a sandbox doing clowny things like that. Cool, I'm actually about to go get ready, but I had to pop in and say what's up. Well, thanks, Bull. I appreciate that, buddy. I'll catch you hopefully later on Magic. Maybe. If not, have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping in, Bull. I will say I'm 33 minutes in, Bull, and I would recommend this movie so far. So if you get a chance to watch Killer Klowns from Outer Space later, it's been pretty fun so far. Those look like the most uncomfortable chairs I've ever seen. The fast food restaurants chairs where it's like literally just a metal frame with metal wiring. That's what they're calling a seat. The teeth on these clowns are so gross. They're gnarly looking. Yeah, so far I think this would be a cool double bill with this and Motel Hell. David, if you're still here, I don't know if you're a fan of like horror or horror comedies. Like I'm not really sure too much what your like movie tastes are. But there's also another movie. I think it's from the 80s. I don't think it's from the 70s. I would be very surprised if it's from the 90s. I'll see what year it is. It's called Motel Hell. And I get a lot of like 1980. I get a lot of similar vibes to this. It's a movie about a seemingly friendly farmer and his sister kidnap unexpected travelers and bury them alive, using them to create a special meat that they're famous for. And it's a dark comedy, and I really, really love it. And I think that would be a good pairing with this. Haven't heard of it, but it would be good for the Halloween special. Yeah, it'd be good for like a Halloween like viewing for sure. But like I where this is also kind of a horror comedy. And I don't know, they just feel akin to each other. Maybe it's because they're both mostly shot at night, but I feel like they'd be a good double feature. But yeah, Motel Hell's really fun. I'm sure you could find it for free somewhere as well. Probably like on Facebook or something. I'll see what IMDb says it's streaming on. I bet you anything it's AMC Plus. It's on Freevee. You can watch it on Freevee, Pluto, or Tubi. So it's on a bunch of free sites. They got him. He's dead. Clowns. Yeah. This Mooney is like the perfect police officer. Just saying. I like the rich bastards that shoot them all. He drinks whiskey. 10 out of 10 cop. How many calls about killer clowns from outer space are you going to get before you go? Hey, there might be killer clowns from outer space. This is like the third different call about this stuff, and he was like, you don't need police, you need a psychiatrist. That cop that cop's just like, so is this a whole town prank on me? Well, the hell with them. I'm just gonna sit right here. Love it. The clown that's just like floating next to the car, driving highway speed with the headlights on his feet. I love it. Oh, those special effects. You know, and they still look better than the Flash. The hell with all. Yeah, exactly. The hell with them all. There's still better special effects in the Flash movie. I like the voice effects they have on the clowns. The like, I don't know how to describe it. There's almost like a reverb mixed with like a echo delay. But this was PG-13. But anyway, yeah. So, oh my God, the popcorn's alive. Okay, I like it. Apparently, it is. Yeah. I like how the burger joint's clown theme too. Like carnival clown theme, big top burgers. I wonder what like behind the scenes or whatever. Audio commentary, 5 featurettes, making of, composing clowns, visual effects, and creating clowns. And Chiodo Brothers, I don't know how to say their last name. Earliest films, 2 deleted scenes with director's commentary, bloopers. I'm gonna have to check out some of the special features on this thing. I wouldn't mind watching like a making of or something, especially if they have like some kind of like in-depth thing about, or at least not even in-depth, but some kind of informational thing about how they created the costumes would be really cool. Yeah, I love over-the-top ADR like this, where the guys like throw away trash. He's it's like, you don't need to do that. Oh, excuse me. Got pulled into the trash can. I like it. Eat it. Eat it. It's not cotton candy, that's for sure. Eat it. Try it. Am I the only one who would? I probably would. Hey, Slash, can you play my song real quick? It's a nice callback to last week. I said no. What did you think of Resident Evil? I like the movies. I think they're fun. They're corny. But I get what you're referencing. I love, this is hilarious because I love the reaction of people seeing the clowns in the streets. They're like, oh, look, a clown. How just fun and jovial. Oh my God, I love these clowns. And like today's age, you'd be like, get the fuck away from me. I will blast you away. So it's just how much dumber people were in the 80s. I'm kidding. Like, I was really good. What'd you think, Slash? Huh? Come on, Slash. I don't mind people asking me my opinions on things, but yeah, the one guy being a little aggro about playing his song choice or whatever. They didn't live through the, what was it? Yeah, there was like some kind of like 2010s era clown craze, exactly. Because like if you're sitting on this park bench and this clown kid up started doing shadow puppetry next to you, you're like, get the fuck away from me, I'm gonna mace you. Like, get away from me right now. People are really into this shadow art. Oh, the T-Rex is cool. And it scares them? Okay, it ate them. Holy shit! I like that line. Throws him in the popcorn bag. Man, boy's got hops too. I just lift up my shirt, problem solved. Yeah. I don't know, shadow puppets are cool. Shadow puppets are cool, but yeah. They had a reason to be scared. Yeah. Well, I just like, yeah, I don't know. It's not the creepy clown face with like the jacked up teeth is the scary part. It's the, oh look, he made a T-Rex. But they go, are you from the Matrix? One funny thing I find really funny anytime someone says you're living in the Matrix is like the people who made the Matrix first off hates people saying that, but then on top of that are the kind of people that they would say are the Matrix, and they're like, we're the ones who made the Matrix. I don't know, it's a weird concept. Man, I like Curtis Mooney. He just keeps he just keeps doubling down on everything. He's like quadrupled down at this point of being like, you're full of shit. He'll be in a candy cat, like a cotton candy bag set. Sweet Tooth is in this? Cotton candy like bag. And he'd be like, nope, this is some kind of prank. I don't miss the Satanic Panic of the 80s. I wasn't alive for that, but that's an interesting era for sure. My buddy actually collects VHS tapes that are documentaries about the Satanic Panic. And like some of them are like legitimate, like not saying like, oh yeah, this is what happened with the Satanic Panic. Some of them are like, this is like on the propaganda side of against like the rock music and stuff like that, saying you know, it's satanic and stuff like that. He has like VHS tapes that were like commercially produced that was like fueling the Satanic Panic. It's a fascinating time. It's a fascinating time. There's a good movie that's set in the Satanic Panic called The Devil's Knot. It's got Reese Witherspoon, Colin Firth, and a couple other people. It's based on a real story. And it's really worth checking out. It's really good. But it's like it's heavily based around the Satanic Panic era. Yeah, that's a fascinating time period, that's for sure. Okay, so the one guy I said earlier, it looks like a young Robert De Niro. It's only from the side. When he looks head on, not really. But when it's from the side, you could fool somebody. I like how he's tricking. I like how he's tricking these two ice cream salesmen to helping him. They're like, no, I'm not helping you. He's like, well, the one girl's got big boobs, and they're like, oh, we're in. I don't know what the deal with the ice cream dudes. I know, right? They're weird. Hey, one of the clouds showed up to Mr. Curtis Mooney. He still doesn't buy into it. That is crazy to me. I want to see him punch this clown. I want to see Curtis Mooney beat the shit out of this clown. That would be hilarious. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see him whoop this clown. That'd be hilarious. I hope it happens. I hope it's not like the clown just takes Mooney and that's the end of Mooney. Like the hands came off. I like this whole time he still think. Wait, what? I like that the clown still has his hand behind his back, even though, you know, the hands are off, if you will. The gloves are off, as the kids would say. Damn, I was wanting to see Mooney beat this clown up. Like, I wanted to see him go tassels with him. Well, he whacked him with the flashlight, and the clown just spun his head around, Reagan style. Oh, come on, Mooney. He did successfully capture the clown. But, unfortunately, I wanted to see Mooney go to tassels with him. That would have been funny. If I remake Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I'm having Mooney fight the clown. It just feels like a real Mooney thing, you know what I mean? Like the big, footprints on the floor. I guess you call them footprints. I'm looking, because I just noticed our time. This is only an hour and 26-minute movie, but yeah, 86 minutes. But I could have sworn on IMDb it said it's like an hour and 40-something. No, hour and 28. Yeah, I could have sworn when I looked at it earlier it was like an hour and 40-something. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much. I do like the fact that clown powers are like as ridiculous as just clowns, you know? Like they really go all in on it, and I like it. Didn't mean to scoot into my computer tower. What was that clown doing with all the footsteps on the wall? Spider clown? Spider clown. Does whatever a spider clone does. Oh, don't tell me my boy Mooney got captured. He got candified. The cotton candy cocoons work really well. Like, that's a really good idea. Like, in terms, because it's genuinely kind of creepy, you know? But also, like, visually, it's pretty striking, like, visually. It's a cool idea. Uh-oh. You're a cop. Just open the... Oh my god, they turned my boy Moody into a puppet. To a ventriloquist doll. Hi, puppy. What you doing, buddy? This is actually, like, legitimately, unsettling. I'm not gonna lie, like, using the human as, like, a marionette, not, like, a ventriloquist doll, like... And then, you know how the ventriloquist dolls have the line down where their mouth moves, it's just blood running down it? Like, it's genuinely, like, effective. Like, there's, like, some genuine, like, horror here mixed within this comedy film, and it's pretty interesting. These clowns got, like, a billion superpowers, I know, right? Aim for the head. Always go for the head. Or go for the nose, apparently. Okay. Yeah, or the nose. Yeah, go for the nose, I guess. Shouldn't you tell them that, hey, it's like a radio came on, it's like, let's talk to him. He's like, explain what's happening. It's like, tell him, hey, shoot the nose. Aim for the nose. Gotta aim for the nose. Well, we're now one Ronald. Now we just gotta get to McDonald. See, even though she's his ex, she's still thinking about Debbie. Being like, we need to go find Debbie. I do like this. They're just driving down a city street with the ice cream truck and being like, where are the clowns at? And it's like, they're selling this movie that, oh yeah, and by the way, shoot the nose, exactly. We need help, it's going crazy. By the way, shoot the nose. But like, yeah, they're saying about how these clowns are just tearing up the entire city, right? And then they drive down the city in the ice cream truck, and it just looks like a normal Thursday afternoon in this city. Like, maybe not the best scene to have in here. Okay, this is cool. Yeah, the scene where they're driving down the road like that, they should have drove down like a back alley or something. Something that wasn't full of traffic, cars, and busy nightlife. I do like this clown float, though. It's really cool. Like, the production design is fucking insanely awesome with this movie. Like, every aspect of it, from the weapons the clowns use, to the clowns themselves, to the carnival-esque, like, I guess weapons, or mechanics, machinery. There's what I was looking for. Oh no! We got cotton candy-fied. Yeah, it's... See, there are like a billion clowns. I know there's a ton of them, but yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's really, like, the production design is really well done. The little, like, clown snake things. I'm assuming I'm assuming popcorn is, like, their seed. These are cool. These, like, little, like, clown worm things. I don't know how else to explain it. Oh my god. Is what's gonna happen what I think is gonna happen? Okay, no. She crammed the shower head in the one's mouth and turned the water on. I thought maybe it was gonna, like, explode or something. They got candy trailed. They got candy grappled, that's for sure. Oh, that's creepy. They can do, like, the voice mimicking. She's gonna jump for the window. There's, like, 4 clowns with fire hats standing there with a trampoline. That's hilarious. Headbutt the nose. Just do it. Just wham. They turned her into, like, a egg thing? Huh. Yeah, at least she didn't get candy eyes. Yeah. Well, we can't throw her in a cotton candy sack and let her die because she has to come back. They have to save her. She has to live. She's the final girl, right? I guess it's a balloon. I love the clown car. By any chance, does anybody know Sweet Tooth was inspired by this movie? From Twisted Metal? Because, like, the ice cream truck looks a lot like Sweet Tooth's truck. And, like, Sweet Tooth kind of looks akin to something like this, right? Sweet Tooth has to be inspired by this movie in some kind of aspect. I'd be super surprised if not. This ice cream truck makes me want to molt really bad. I know ice cream trucks don't sell molts, but you can tell the footage was you could tell that The footage was sped up with them driving. But I like how the one was like, "Hey, there's a cop. We need to stop," and they just stopped dead in the thing. Like they weren't chasing down a killer clown. Like the cops aren't privy to this kind of thing. These two ice cream salesmen are the worst. If you were a clown, where'd you hide? The amusement park. And the guy in the ice cream goes like, "Great, all right." Like you're not going to ride rides. Oh, this poor security guard. Please don't tell me they kill Paul Blart here. He's just trying to enjoy his peanut butter sandwich. So I've been to a Hollywood car museum, and I want to know why this car wasn't in the museum, because this car is badass. The clown car. Still don't know what the initial role of the movie was. I don't either. Like the two ice cream guys. Like I don't understand like their purpose in the movie, other than to be like comedic relief characters. But like this whole movie's been absolutely hilarious. So like I don't. They're completely unnecessary characters for no reason. Like maybe to be like, oh, he's friends with these two clowns, so I just realized what I said there. Oh no, they pied my boy Paul. Did it kill him? So much pie he went into diabetic shock. But yeah, like I think their initial role was to establish like, oh, the boyfriend's like trustworthy because, oh, that dude was just trying to enjoy his peanut butter pie, and they turned him into, I mean, his peanut butter sandwich, and they turned him into a mess. It's just a mess. But yeah, like I think their purpose was to make our main character an unreliable narrator when they come back to be like, hey, there's clowns killing people. But like outside of that, like in the initial opening scene where they like try to sell ice cream to the makeout look of the place, they've not been really necessary from here on out. But we'll see what happens to this back into the movie. Maybe they do something that justifies their characters being in more than 5 minutes of the movie. Could also be a nepotism kind of thing. If you ever wonder why most of the time in like movies, where you go, why is this character in this movie? Like they don't add anything to the movie. It's probably nepotism's the answer. There's somebody. There's somebody who controls the money. Somebody. There's so many stories about like people being like, I'll give you money if this happens, or I'll be in the movie if you hire this person to do this, stuff like that. So that's what I've always just fallen back on, of being like, well, if I don't understand why this character exists or why this terrible actor got this lead role while everything else is good, it's just nepotism is my assumption every time. I love this like funhouse thing they're in with these like giant like cutout things. It's really cool. That's how I got the role in Shadow on Life. Exactly. I'm just teasing on him. Thank you for doing that role. You know what's really surprising? Think about all the horror movies from the 80s that got 1.5 million sequels. I don't think this has any sequels. I think this is the only Killer Klowns from Outer Space movie. Oh shit, there's a Killer Klowns from Outer Space video game coming out. Okay, so there's a Killer Clown. Hold on. So the original Killer Klowns from '88. There's no sequel, which is insanely surprising. Does it not tell me what the return was? It was a $2 million budget. Yeah, it doesn't say how much money the movie's made, so maybe it didn't make its money back. It made $43 million on a $2 million budget. What? Why did they not pump out 1 million of these things then? That makes sense. The director of this movie worked on Team America and worked on Critters for special like effects. That's fucking cool. This is their only movie they've directed. That is crazy. GG Ice Cream Brothers, exactly. This is the only movie they've directed. That is super interesting. Well, the director, Steven Chiodo, I hope I'm saying that right. It's the only movie they've directed. They've worked on a couple of like short films and directed some TV stuff, but this is their only like feature film. That is crazy. Yeah, it looks like the game comes out next year. Plan your own alien invasion to harvest humans as the iconic killer. Okay, so it's basically destroy all humans, but Killer Klowns skinned. I would be interested in checking that out. 100%. 100%. 2024 Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game comes out. And then there's Return of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space in 3D. After 30 years since their last invasion, the clowns once again try to take over Earth. The humans must stop them. And it looks like it's all written by the same people, directed by Stephen Chiodo, and written by the same people. So maybe the people who wrote this, maybe they own the complete rights to it, and they never gave up the rights to it to who owns this? It's MGM, right? Maybe they never gave up the rights to MGM, so MGM could never make a sequel to it. That'd be crazy. Because, I mean, they made like 35 Critters, about 3,005 different Hellraisers, 32 Chucky movies, about 168 Friday the 13th movies, I think 9 Nightmare on Elm Street movies, 16 million Texas Chainsaw movies, about 400,000 Halloween movies. So for them to only have one Killer Clowns from Outer Space is kind of wild. Especially when it made such a big return. I'm not complaining. I would rather them have just like quality of a franchise. You know, a lot of those horror sequels are pretty bad. I think Chucky's the only ones that get better with sequels. I think the rest of them get worse with sequels. I like they drink the blood of the cotton candy sacks through the through the crazy straw. Just everything about this movie from a production standpoint is just fantastic. I like how they're screaming when they know that one of those things is just right next to them. Vampire Clowns from Outer Space. Sounds like a Rob Zombie title. I don't know what the balloons are used for. The cotton candy sacks make sense, but what are the balloons used for? Are we going to get an explanation? There was one more behind him. They shot the one and it exploded, and they just stood there for a minute like watching the explosion. It's like, there's another one coming behind him. There is. There's like 1,000 of these things. That's cool. They had like the budget to make this many clown costumes and stuff. What was $2 million? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Inflation calculator. About, according to dollartimes.com, it'd be about 5.1 million today. According to them, it'd be about 5.1 million today. That's a lot. Especially for a movie like this. But that's not far off of like what Blumhouse would do, right? Like, they were able to do a lot with this money. Like, a lot. But then again, I guess, like, how much is, like, 30 balloons, right? Like, what, like, a dollar? But they made a lot of these, like, elaborate sets, too. Like, this big, like, snake mouth they're running in, this big spaceship thing. Like, I can't imagine this stuff was cheap. Like, these anglerfish mouth things are running in and out of. I can't imagine that stuff's cheap to make. It also could be perspective tricking. The way somebody just ran out of it, it could be a perspective, like a perspective trick. Another door. Another door. I love the balloon animal dogs. I love the balloon animal dogs. Love it. Dog is back. I know. I love it. Yes, use the shotgun to lock the door and not use anymore. Oh, they might be out of bullets. Slugs, if you will. Shells. There's so many clowns. I like it. I like that concept. Because, you know, like clown cars where they just keep getting out of vehicles. I like the concept of there's just like this infinite amount of clowns in this spaceship. It's fun. They went to the Guar route, just a bunch of punk kids and an abandoned. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Like they just like it kind of has this like DIY vibe to it. That's really nice. Yeah, this is one I would like to hear the director's commentary too. Actually, it's not a director's commentary. It's commentary with the Chiodo brothers. Chiodo brothers, I mean. Hey, the Ice Cream Boys are back. Oh my god, really? They survived the Ice Cream Girls. But I like how they've like Guar homeboys for us. Guar, Lamb of God, Dave Matthews. What a combination. We got to see Guar live, and it was a badass show. But I do like the ice cream people. Like they looked at the ice cream truck, was like the claw. You know what I mean? What is this? Oh, is this the leader? wear a rain jacket. So when we went and saw him, we stood all the way in the back because I didn't bring anything, so I didn't want to get plastered and soaked. And we still got hit. We got hit with them sodomizing a nun doll with a cross. We got hit with that. I like this thing. It's like a big Bowsery marionette puppet kind of thing. It's cool. This like giant clown. This thing's cool. But yeah, we got blasted though with that still. Fun show though, regardless. It was a stacked bill. It was U.S. Bastards, Doyle, which I'm a huge fan of Doyle. Doyle from the Misfits. He has a solo career just called Doyle. Well, R.I.P. the ice cream boys. Their ice cream has been melted. Yeah, I really don't feel like their characters served much of a purpose. Like they were there to just show up and make Mike an unrelative narrative, and then on top of that, made made as a plot convenience to help the main characters escape. But yeah, it was Doyle, then Ghoul, and then Guar all on one bill. It was a really fantastic show. A lot of fun. But yeah, Doyle has awesome solo stuff. He's got Alex Story from Cancer Slug doing the vocals. So the Doyle solo stuff is really solid. I like it a lot. Uh-oh. Not Dave. He's about to get busted. I like how the spaceship is basically just a spinning top. Oh, excuse me. Oh, he used his police powers to pop the nose of the Bowser. Oh, so Dave's dead, right? Nah, baby, Dave's dead. That was a hell of an explosion. Oh my god, he's gonna be in the clown car, ain't he? He totally is. He's totally gonna be in the clown car. Like, you can tell this clown car is just made out of, like, plywood. Like, when it shows the close-up of it, you can literally see the clown car is just made out of plywood. It's probably just like a go-kart with, like, a plywood body. Which is cool. I love that kind of design for stuff. It's really fun. Hey, the ice cream boys survived. Yeah, I don't understand. The ice cream twins. The double scoops, if you will. I don't really understand, like, what their purpose of the movie was. Yeah, they almost are, like, they're almost billed as like comedy relief characters, and it's like, this movie is so funny. I like how it's like raining confetti now. The getting pied. The pied from the sky. Was that it? Yo, that was fantastic. I liked that a lot. That was really good. The song, oh man, that main theme song slaps so much knees, dude. It does. It slaps so much tits. Dude, David, I gotta be honest with you. I loved it. I really, really liked it a lot. This was one, like I said, I always kind of wanted to watch because, you know, it's like a cult classic from the 80s, and I just never had seen it. And, when you were talking about I should watch it and stuff, I was like, yeah, I want to watch it. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to get to it right now, but I'm really glad I watched this. This was really enjoyable. This was a lot of fun. And for a movie that's PG-13, it's really surprising because it gets away with a lot. You know? Like, there's like some... I guess this is 80s PG-13, right? 80s PG-13 is basically rated R in today's standards, I suppose. But, like, it gets away with, like, stuff because it's, like, clown-based. And so it's, like, candy and, like... You know, the murdering is like cotton candying them and stuff. Dude, I love this. This was so much fun. This is it in that, like, that lineup of like 80s like horror classics. Obviously this is a little bit more of this is obviously a little bit more of a horror comedy rather than a just straight up horror. But like, I don't hear people talk about this movie as much as some of the other like horror movies from the era. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hear people talk about this one as much as like Halloween or like, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. And this is better than them. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would rather watch this than I would any of the Friday the 13th movies or Halloween or anything like that. And because it balances both tones really well. This is a horror comedy that does both really well. It is both funny and it also has some like that's kind of gnarly moments, you know what I mean? Um Absolutely love the production design. The weapons to the vehicles, spaceships, the set design, character costumes for the clowns, the clown designs. Obviously there's moments where you can tell they had like cheaper masks over the more expensive like animatronic masks, and they were really noticeable because there was one scene I didn't call it out, but I thought about it in my head, which was there was a scene with the dopey-eyed one where it moved, and you could tell it's just like a latex mask because of how it moved. And I was just like, you can tell that's just like a, just a basic mask. But, the ones that have like the mouthpieces and stuff that actually move, like, that actually have like articulation and things like that, they're really cool. They're really, really cool. I really like them a lot. And there's a lot of them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of clowns in this. It's not just like, hey, there's 3 clowns. Like, there's actually like a chunk of clowns in this. And I love that from a conceptual standpoint of being like, this spaceship just has an infinite amount of clowns because, you can put 1,000 clowns in a car clown, right? So kind of expanding upon that, it's just really clever. At least 20 clowns. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. There's a ton of them. And they went, obviously not all of them had the articulation masks, but they still, it wasn't like that, some of them in the background were just somebody in clown makeup. Like, they went all out with the clowns, costumes, and the masks for each one of them that even appeared on screen for like 2 seconds. The clown ship is just really cool. It's effective. Basically, you have a large dark room and you just fill it with like clownish props, and it's simple, it's effective. It allows you to sell that it's a large space because, the way you're lighting it makes all the background basically void because it's dark, you know what I mean? So you're only seeing the set pieces they're standing in, and it looks good. It looks good. It sells that it's a large room. They're traveling through these corridors of the spaceship, and it makes it feel like this fun house you don't know how to escape spaceship. It works really well. The cotton candy cocoons is actually kind of creepy. The marionette, not marionette, I keep saying marionette, the ventriloquist puppet with the cop, I actually think is legitimately creepy and well done. But the thing is, like, this movie is just so much fun. Like, I think, yeah, it takes a little while to get its feet moving, right? Like, you have the fun part where the clown first shows up. It kills the hillbilly guy, right? And you're like, okay, cool, we're off to a start. And then it's got like a 10 to 15 minute lull before anything else happens. And you're like, all right, let's pick up that pace. But like, pretty much once Mike and Debbie go to the clown tent the first time, it's like nonstop for the rest of the movie. It just like keeps going for the rest of the movie. And it's really, really fun. It's legitimately funny. Like, there's so many creative moments between the balloon animal dog that actually tracks him down, the popcorn seeds that turn into the little clown worm things is really good. Just the amount of clown powers and it's like illusionary tricks, like using the shadow puppets and can actually use that. The guns are really fun. They're goofy looking, very Rick and Morty-ish looking, but they do like actual things. And I don't know, man, it's just really fun. The big like sweeper machine they had, like, just the whole idea they were here harvesting humans to drink their blood through like crazy straws and stuff. It's just such a clever idea for a horror comedy, and they go all in on it. It's not like they just go, clear clowns from outer space. They're clowns, and make him have like a honky nose. You know what I mean? A lot happened. A lot did happen. We'll make him have like a little like honky nose, and they'll go, yup, as they kill somebody. No, they're like, we are going to conceptually design this completely around clowns for whatever reason. And it works, man. They really, I feel like they had a lot of clever ideas of how to use clowns in this way. With that being said, I mean, there are some things I didn't like. For one, the ice cream boys are utterly pointless for this movie. They did not need to be in this movie at all. They could have easily have just been cast away. I'm actually going to look that up because I wonder if they are like Nepo choices. I don't feel like it just because of like the fact that I feel like this movie is very like tight knit, but I don't know. I don't think so. But anyway, I don't know. Let's see if there's any trivia. Like their characters were kind of just pointless. You know what I mean? Their characters was just kind of pointless. Was just kind of there. Like they didn't need to be there. You know what I mean? Like they were not bad to start the film with, to especially make Mike a like bad narrator. You know what I mean? Like when they go to the cops, they're like, "I don't believe you because you hang out with those hooligans." But like outside of that, like they didn't really need to ever come back. They could have just come back. They got killed. You know what I mean? They didn't really need to like stick around until the end. But I mean, the characters aren't like super developed, right? They're pretty like pretty standard characters for like a slasher movie. They're not like super complex characters, but they work well within the thing. You know, you root for Dave, Mike, and Debbie to make it through. You know, they're easy characters to get behind. But let's read some trivia, see what's going on here in the scene. The $2 million budget went primarily on production. The clowns and visual effects were created almost entirely by the filmmakers at very little cost. See that? So there's like a certain genre of film that I really love, and it's like the DIY genre, where it's like we're going to use all of our resources as much as possible to do these things, and we're going to figure out ways to do them cheaper so we can stretch this money out. This is a good example. There's other great examples. One Cut of the Dead, The Headhunter. They're all really good examples of using a micro budget to your fullest extent. What is it? Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes or something like that is another one where they use their micro budget to really invest. Dead Dicks is another one as well. So I love that kind of thing. Though it's not a hit when it was in theaters, the film has since become a cult classic and made revenue in action figures, DVDs, and t-shirts. John Mazzari returned the music master tapes to the studio. People in the accounting and legal department completely dismissed Killer Klowns as being a complete failure that will die a quick death. Massari, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, responded, "Well, you don't get it. There are people that will love this movie." And they were right. Originally, Clownzilla was supposed to be made from stop animation, but due to production costs and a limited time shoot, they made a suit instead. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, it looks cool. It looked good. I'm just trying to see if there's any like really cool trivia. This feels like one of those movies that would be Michael S. Siegel and Peter Licassi, the Terenzini brothers, were established LA comedian duo prior to the movie. Among other appearances, they perform as a comical ballet together in Cheeseball Presents. So maybe they were just kind of well known enough that they're like, we need to have some kind of recognition in this, I guess, maybe. Be my guess. So around the same time, MGM produced 2 low-budget horror movies, one of them being Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and the other one being Clown House by Victor Salvia. Both films were very different, but with the concept of killer clowns. Salvia, creator of the controversial Clown House, expressed that there were certain rivalry between both productions to know who copied who, but in the end, the films were completely different from each other. Just a heads up, I've not watched Clown House yet, but Victor Salvia is a convicted child predator. I'll put it that way. And although I like Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, I like that dude should still be in jail. He somehow got away pretty much scot-free. He did a little bit of jail time, and then he went right back to making movies. That was how Victor Salvia got his victims, well, the victim he was charged for was because he directed the victim, and yeah, it's awful. It's awful. And he still makes movies to this day. He's still a working director to this day, which blows my mind. But then again, I guess so is Roman Polanski, but whatever. Oh my god, I didn't pick up on that. Mooney's fate is foreshadowed early in the film when he says, "Nobody's gonna make a dummy out of me," and he winds up a ventriloquist dummy. Cool. I didn't pick that up. It's cool. Insane Clown Posse sampled dialogue from this film for the staleness. Yeah. So at the high level of violence and the high amount of kills, this movie surprisingly rated PG-13 and is more silly than scary. It's a surprise given its content and is surprisingly appropriate for people 13 years or older, I guess. All right, that's good enough to read trivia. Thank you, David, for the recommendation. I'm glad I finally got to watch this. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun with it. I definitely think there's issues with it, but the amount of fun I had watching it, like, it's a solid 7 out of 10. It's a solid 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely watch it again. I would definitely put it in like that Halloween rotation, you know what I mean, of like movies you want to check out around this time, because it is a lot of fun. So I want to say thank you, David, for suggesting it. It's not an Oscar movie, but it's fun. It's very fun. It could be an Oscar movie in terms of production design, honestly. I mean, like, no joke. Like, the production's really impressive. But yeah, I do appreciate finally getting to check this out. I have no clue what I'm going to watch next week. We'll see. We'll see what happens, what I end up picking. I got a couple of them in mind. It's just whether or not if I decide to go that route. But thanks for hanging out. I'm going to bounce for a little bit, and then I'm going to hop on Magic a little around 10. So hopefully I'll see you on YouTube for some Magic here in a little bit. But thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, if you're not already following on Twitch, consider following me here on Twitch. All these will be uploaded as a VOD on YouTube later on my channel, LR Smith. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to watch any of these live, head over to twitch.tv/mix/. Press the follow button, turn on bell notifications to be notified anytime I go live over there. I'm doing these on Fridays around 8 a.m. And yeah, so that's the way to do that. If you want to watch it, this stream fully unedited, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can follow me on Patreon. All the full unedited streams will be up over there. And I'm going to bounce for today. Thank y'all for hanging out. It was fun. It was good to see some familiar faces in a new territory. And it was really fun to finally watch Killer Klowns. Really enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. Catch y'all next time. Bye, everybody.